Sure, he's into Afro Sheen, but I like doing my own thing. And I know Afro Sheen is great for hair that's natural or straight. Before I decide on what I'll do, I always start with Afro Sheen shampoo. I don't worry about my hair looking dry with conditioner and hairdress standing by. And when there's a problem with itching and flakes, the medicated has got what it takes. When I want my look to say, all right, a cornrow is really out of sight. Comb Easy makes it a breeze to comb through and braid with natural ease. And Spray for Sheen adds that extra touch for the glow in my hair he loves so much. I may change my hairstyles frequently, but change from Afro Sheen, hey, not me.
Afro Sheen. For all that Afro means.
Hey people, today we are going to talk about scammers, and we're not just talking about, suspicious emails from a foreign prince.
Right.
We're diving into stories that are so personal, so manipulative, they'll make your skin crawl.
Absolutely, Shay. I mean, it's one thing to lose money, but it's a whole other thing to have your trust, your empathy, your hope completely shattered.
Yeah.
Today, we have 3 stories that expose just how deep the deception can go. We're talking faked illnesses, broken promises from community leaders, and the dark side of online love.
Let's get right into it with a story from the Netflix docuseries Love, Con, Revenge. It's about a woman named Sabrina Taylor, who became known as the geek girl con artist. Patrick, set the scene for us.
Okay, so picture this. Aaron Ward, a self-proclaimed geek, is into comic books, anime, all of it. He meets this woman, Sabrina, online, and it feels like fate. She's into all the same things. He thinks he's found his soulmate.
It sounds like the perfect nerdy love story, but there's always a but in these stories, isn't there?
A huge one. So a few months into the relationship, Sabrina drops a bombshell.
Uh-oh.
She claims she's been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a terminal illness, and Aaron's own grandfather suffered from MS. So this news it hits him like a ton of bricks. He's heartbroken, and he vows to do anything to help her.
And that's when the scam begins. That's the emotional hook right there.
Exactly. She claims she didn't have health insurance, so Aaron starts paying for everything out of pocket. Medication, hospital visits, living expenses.
Wow.
But the strange thing was he never saw a single medical bill, not one receipt. And when he or her friends would ask for details, she'd use the ultimate emotional weapon.
Which was?
Threatening to unalive herself.
That is cold, calculated manipulation. She wasn't just asking for money, she was holding his compassion for ransom. So what was the total damage?
She defrauded him and at least 10 other people of over $600,000. The FBI eventually got involved, unraveled the whole thing.
Good.
And it turns out she never had MS. She wasn't a university student. It was all just an elaborate act. She spent the money on luxury shopping and vacations.
Unbelievable. So she went to prison, right? What happened to the victims?
She was sentenced to 27 months, but here's the real gut punch.
Okay.
The court ordered her to pay restitution to her victims, but Aaron Ward, the man she lived with and emotionally destroyed, wasn't on the list to receive a dime.
What? How is that even possible?
It's a tragic legal technicality. It's called the statute of limitations. For wire fraud, you have 5 years to report the crime.
Right.
And Aaron was so deep in the fog of her manipulation and just the trauma of it all that by the time he fully understood he was the victim of a crime, that window had closed.
He was punished for being traumatized. That just shows you the true cost of these scams isn't just financial. It's psychological, and the scars last a lifetime. This next story, though, it's also about betrayal, but on a much more public scale. Let's talk about Dr. Umar.
Right. For years, Dr. Umar has been this prominent and often controversial figure, raising millions of dollars from the Black community for a noble cause.
Yes.
Building the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy, a boarding school for Black boys.
A powerful idea that thousands of people believed in, donated to. The only problem is, after more than a decade of fundraising, there is still no school. And now the people who gave him money are asking, where did it all go?
And their questions are turning into legal action. A filmmaker who initially donated to the cause has come forward with a really wild story. She alleges that after she donated, Dr. Umar convinced her to produce a documentary about him.
Okay.
But when it came time to pay, he wanted her to front the money. And when she refused, she claims he threatened her legally before his team eventually paid her a settlement of $68,600.
68 grand. That sounds less like a business dispute and more like hush money.
It certainly raises eyebrows. And now that same filmmaker has helped organize a group of around 40 other donors to file a lawsuit.
Wow.
They are formally demanding accountability. This is no longer just online gossip. It's a full-blown legal challenge, questioning whether this was a failed vision or a deliberate long-term scam.
It's a devastating situation. I mean, people donated out of hope for their community, and that trust may have been exploited. It's a reminder that scams can wear any disguise, even the disguise of a noble cause.
Which is a perfect segue to our final story. This one comes from the YouTube channel Caught Fished, and it's a textbook case of a modern romance scam.
Ugh, this one was painful to watch. It follows a woman named Nina who fell hard for a man on Instagram. He was using the photos of a real but minor celebrity. He showered her with affection and promises of a future together.
Yeah.
But there were glaring red flags from the start.
Let me guess, they never met in person?
Never. And they never even video chatted. He always had an excuse. Soon after the love bombing, the emergencies started. First, he claimed he was in legal trouble, needed money for a lawyer. Then, he needed funds for a business opportunity that would secure their future.
And she sent the money.
She sent over $30,000. She completely drained her savings for a man she had never seen or heard in real time.
Oh, man.
The hosts of the show, of course, investigated and confirmed it was a scammer using fake photos. The man she fell in love with didn't exist.
$30,000. It's just staggering. It shows you how powerful that emotional manipulation is. The scammer creates this alternate reality, and the victim feels like they're the only one who can help.
Exactly. She was left heartbroken, betrayed, and in debt. It's such a stark warning for anyone building a relationship online. All of these stories, from Sabrina Taylor's Web of Lies to the questions surrounding Dr. Umar and the heartbreak of Nina, they all revolve around a central human vulnerability.
And that brings us to the question we want to leave with all of you today. Think about it. Why are we as humans so willing to believe a story even when our gut is screaming that something is wrong?
What is it about the promise of love, hope, or a better future that can make us ignore all the red flags?
It's a deep question with no easy answer. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Above all, be smart and be safe out there, people.
And for more stories that make you think, make sure you subscribe to the LifeScope channel. We'll see you next time.